When was the last time you felt comfortable taking off your shoes in front of others? For millions of people over 60, this simple act has become a source of deep shame and anxiety. Those yellowed, thickened nails that seem impossible to hide have quietly stolen away the freedom to enjoy a day at the beach, a visit to the spa, or even just relaxing barefoot in your own living room. You've probably tried everything the pharmacy offers, spent hundreds of dollars on treatments that promised miracles but delivered disappointment. Meanwhile, the condition seems to get worse with each passing month, and you find yourself buying closed-toe shoes even in summer, declining invitations to pool parties, and making excuses to avoid situations where others might see your feet. The isolation is real, and the embarrassment runs deeper than anyone wants to admit. Here's what the medical industry doesn't want you to know. There's a powerful combination of common household ingredients that can eliminate nail fungus permanently, and it costs less than $20. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share the exact formula that has helped thousands of people reclaim their confidence and finally say goodbye to this stubborn condition for good. When your feet feel like they're on fire, there's always a reason hiding beneath the surface. That burning sensation isn't just discomfort. It's your peripheral nerves sending out a desperate cry for help. These delicate pathways that once carried messages smoothly between your brain and feet have become damaged highways, creating chaos instead of communication. Think of your nerves like electrical wires. When they're healthy, messages flow clearly and painlessly. But when inflammation sets in, or when they become compressed or blocked, those same wires start sending false alarms. Your brain receives signals of heat, pain, and burning even when there's no actual fire touching your skin. It's like having a smoke detector that won't stop beeping even when there's no smoke. This nerve disruption doesn't just cause pain. It steals your confidence with every step. You might find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, unable to ignore the burning sensation. Walking becomes tentative. Balance becomes uncertain. Sleep becomes elusive. Your whole world starts to revolve around managing this invisible fire that nobody else can see or understand. The most frustrating part is that damaged nerves don't heal like a cut on your finger. They require patience, the right approach, and understanding of what's really happening inside your body. But here's the hope. When you identify what's causing your nerves to misfire, you can begin to restore their natural, peaceful function. Cause 10. Poor blood circulation. Your blood vessels are like rivers carrying life to every corner of your body, but sometimes these rivers get blocked or damaged. When circulation fails in your feet, it's like trying to water a garden with a kinked hose. Nothing flows the way it should, and everything begins to suffer. Poor circulation shows up in ways you might not expect. Those bulging varicose veins aren't just unsightly. They're painful reminders that blood isn't flowing back to your heart properly. Your feet may swell, burn, itch, and develop strange discolorations. At night, when you should be resting, the burning intensifies because your compromised arteries struggle even more to deliver oxygen to hungry tissues. The dangers go far beyond discomfort. Blocked arteries from cholesterol buildup, smoking, or high blood pressure create a ticking clock scenario. Without proper blood flow, tissues begin to die. What starts as nighttime burning can progress to wounds that won't heal, infections that won't clear, and in the worst cases, the threat of amputation. Varicose veins can suddenly form dangerous blood clots that travel to your lungs or heart. If you smoke, stop today. If your cholesterol is high, address it now. If your blood pressure readings concern your doctor, take action immediately. Some cases require surgical intervention, stents, or specialized treatments, but early detection can prevent these drastic measures. Your circulation is your lifeline, and protecting it means protecting your independence and mobility for years to come. Cause 9. Diabetic neuropathy. If you've been told you have diabetes, or if you suspect your blood sugar isn't what it should be, listen carefully. Diabetes is the #1 thief of comfortable feet in America. High blood sugar acts like acid in your bloodstream, slowly eating away at the delicate nerves that keep your feet healthy and pain-free. The progression is cruel and often silent. It starts with occasional tingling, maybe some numbness you dismiss as getting older. But diabetes doesn't stop there. As your blood sugar levels remain elevated, month after month, year after year, those damaged nerves begin sending false signals of burning, stabbing, and relentless pain. Eventually, you might lose feeling altogether, which sounds like relief but is actually more dangerous. When you can't feel your feet properly, small injuries become major problems. A tiny cut from a pebble in your shoe can turn into an infected ulcer. That ulcer can become so severe that doctors start talking about amputation. This isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to wake you up to a preventable tragedy. The good news is that diabetic neuropathy responds to action. Controlling your blood sugar through diet, exercise, and medication can stop the damage in its tracks. Supplements like bone, B12, and alpha-lipoic acid can help repair some of the harm already done. Get your fasting glucose and H-bionic tested now. Your feet are depending on the choices you make today. Cause 8. Plantar fasciitis. Every morning, millions of people dread that first step out of bed. If you're one of them, you know the sharp, burning pain that shoots through your heel and arch like lightning. This is plantar fasciitis, and it's stealing the simple joy of walking from too many people who should be enjoying their golden years. The plantar fascia is a thick band of tissue that stretches across the bottom of your foot like a bowstring, connecting your heel to your toes. When this tissue becomes inflamed and tight, every step feels like walking on broken glass. The pain is worst in the morning because the fascia tightens overnight, then tears slightly with that first step, sending shock waves of agony through your foot. What makes plantar fasciitis particularly cruel is how it affects your entire life. You start avoiding activities you love. Long walks become impossible. Standing to cook dinner becomes a challenge. The burning sensation intensifies with stress, and recovery can drag on for months or even years if not properly addressed. Many people resign themselves to this pain, thinking it's just part of aging, but plantar fasciitis is treatable. Natural compounds like quercetin have shown promise in reducing the inflammation that keeps this condition active. Proper stretching, supportive footwear, and anti-inflammatory approaches can break the cycle of pain. Don't let plantar fasciitis dictate your mobility. With the right approach, you can walk confidently and pain-free again. Cause 7. Medication side effects. Sometimes the very medicines meant to heal you can become the source of unexpected suffering. If you've taken antibiotics like ciprofloxacin or levofloxacin, or if you've undergone chemotherapy, your burning feet might be telling a story about pharmaceutical side effects that doctors don't always warn you about. These medications can damage peripheral nerves in ways that don't show up immediately. You might finish your treatment feeling fine, only to develop tingling, burning, and pain months or even years later. The connection between the medicine and your current foot pain isn't always obvious, which means many people suffer without understanding why. The FDA has issued serious warnings about these risks. Some antibiotics don't just cause nerve damage, they can lead to tendon ruptures and dangerous aortic aneurysms. Chemotherapy drugs, while potentially life-saving, can leave behind a trail of nerve damage that persists long after cancer treatment ends. This doesn't mean you should avoid necessary medical treatment, but it does mean you need to be an informed advocate for your own health. Before taking any antibiotic, especially the fluoroquinolone family, ask your doctor if there are safer alternatives. Understand the risks versus benefits. If you suspect your foot pain is connected to past medications, bring this up with your healthcare provider. There are treatments and supplements that may help repair some of the damage. Knowledge is your best protection against preventable pharmaceutical harm. Cause 6. Vitamin B deficiencies. Your nerves are like delicate electrical circuits that need specific nutrients to function properly. When you're deficient in B vitamins, particularly bone and B12, those circuits begin to misfire, creating the burning, tingling sensations that make your feet feel like they're betraying you. Here's what many people don't realize. You can eat a perfect diet and still become deficient in these crucial vitamins. As we age, our stomachs produce less acid, making it harder to absorb B12. If you've had gastric bypass surgery, the problem becomes even more pronounced. People taking medications for acid reflux may unknowingly block their body's ability to extract these vital nutrients from food. Bone deficiency often flies under the radar because the symptoms develop gradually. You might notice fatigue, confusion, or mood changes long before the foot burning begins. B12 deficiency can cause irreversible nerve damage if left untreated, but the early warning signs include that telltale tingling and burning in your extremities. The good news is that B vitamin deficiencies are among the easiest causes of foot pain to address. Simple blood tests can reveal your levels, and high-quality supplements can often reverse the damage within weeks or months. Don't assume that a good diet is enough, especially if you're taking medications or have digestive issues. Your nerves are hungry for these essential nutrients, and feeding them properly can restore the comfort you've been missing. Cause 5. Alcohol and bone deficiency. If you enjoy a few drinks more often than you'd like to admit, those burning feet might be sending you a message you need to hear. Alcohol doesn't just affect your liver and your judgment. It's quietly stealing one of your most important nerve nutrients, thiamine, also known as vitamin bone. Alcohol acts like a thief in your system, blocking your body's ability to absorb and use thiamine properly. At the same time, it directly damages the peripheral nerves in your feet and hands. The combination is devastating. Your nerves become inflamed and irritated while being starved of the very nutrient they need to heal and function normally. High caffeine intake makes this problem even worse, further depleting your already low bone levels. If you're someone who starts the day with multiple cups of coffee and ends it with wine or cocktails, your feet are caught in a perfect storm of nutritional depletion and nerve damage. The burning sensation in your feet might be your body's way of asking you to make a difficult but important choice. Reducing alcohol consumption isn't just about protecting your liver, it's about preserving your ability to walk comfortably and maintain your independence. If you've been drinking regularly and experiencing foot pain, consider having your bone levels checked and honestly evaluate your relationship with alcohol. Your feet will thank you for the courage to make positive changes. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself is listen when your body asks for help. Cause 4. Thyroid disorders. Your thyroid is like the conductor of your body's orchestra, controlling the tempo of nearly every function. When this small butterfly-shaped gland in your neck stops working properly, the music of your metabolism becomes chaotic, and your feet often bear the painful consequences. An overactive thyroid throws your body into overdrive. Your metabolism races, your heart pounds, and heat builds up throughout your system. Your feet become uncomfortably hot, sweaty, and burning. You might find yourself kicking off blankets at night, desperate for cool air on your inflamed extremities. The burning sensation intensifies because your overcharged system is literally running too hot. An underactive thyroid creates the opposite problem, but with similar painful results. Your circulation slows to a crawl, leaving your feet cold and poorly nourished. The reduced blood flow damages nerves over time, creating burning, tingling, and numbness. You might feel exhausted, gain weight, and notice that your feet hurt more when you're tired or stressed. Many people live for years with undiagnosed thyroid problems, attributing their symptoms to aging or stress. But thyroid disorders are surprisingly common, especially in women over 60, and they're completely treatable once identified. A simple blood test can reveal whether your thyroid is working properly. If it's not, the right medication can restore your body's natural rhythm and give your feet the relief they deserve. Don't let an undiagnosed thyroid problem steal another day of comfortable living. Cause 3. Chronic kidney disease. Robert, a 72-year-old retired mechanic from Texas, thought the burning in his feet was just another sign of getting older. He'd worked on his feet for 40 years, so some pain seemed natural. What he didn't realize was that his kidneys were slowly failing, turning his blood into a toxic soup that was poisoning his nerves from the inside out. Your kidneys are your body's filtration system. working around the clock to remove waste and toxins from your blood. When they begin to fail, dangerous substances that should be eliminated start building up in your system. These toxins are like acid to your peripheral nerves, causing the burning, tingling, and pain that can make every step feel like torture. Kidney disease is often called the silent killer because it progresses without obvious symptoms until significant damage has occurred. By the time Robert's feet started burning, his kidney function had already dropped below 50%. The fluid retention in his legs, the fatigue he blamed on age, and the gradual loss of appetite were all warning signs he'd ignored. The tragedy is that early kidney disease can often be slowed or stopped with proper treatment. Blood pressure control, diabetes management, and avoiding certain medications can preserve the kidney function you have left. But once significant damage occurs, the options become more limited and more invasive. If you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or a family history of kidney disease, ask your doctor to check your kidney function regularly. Robert's story could have had a different ending with earlier detection. Your kidneys and your feet are more connected than you might think, and protecting one protects the other. Cause 2. Nerve compression. Sometimes the source of your foot pain is surprisingly simple. Something is squeezing your nerves like a vice, cutting off their ability to function normally. This compression can happen anywhere along the pathway, from your spine to your toes, and the results are always the same: burning, tingling, and relentless discomfort. Your shoes might be the culprit. Those stylish, narrow shoes you've worn for years, or the tight athletic shoes you thought were supportive, could be slowly crushing the delicate nerves in your feet. Each step creates pressure that builds throughout the day, until your nerves cry out in protest with burning pain that intensifies at night when you finally remove your shoes. Injuries, arthritis, or conditions like Morton's neuroma can create internal compression that's harder to identify but just as painful. Tarsal tunnel syndrome occurs when the tibial nerve gets squeezed as it passes through a narrow space near your ankle, similar to carpal tunnel syndrome in your wrist. The burning and tingling often worsen at night and can radiate up your leg. The good news about nerve compression is that it's often fixable. Switching to properly fitted, wider shoes can provide immediate relief. Anti-inflammatory treatments can reduce swelling that contributes to compression. Physical therapy can help address mechanical issues that put pressure on nerves. In persistent cases, surgical decompression can free trapped nerves and restore normal function. Don't suffer in silence when solutions exist. Sometimes, the simplest changes, like choosing comfort over fashion, can give you back the pain-free walking you remember. Cause 1. Sciatic nerve inflammation. The longest nerve in your body stretches from your lower back all the way down to your feet, and when it becomes angry, it makes sure you know about it. The sciatic nerve is like a major highway carrying messages between your brain and your lower extremities. But when something compresses or irritates this vital pathway, the burning pain can be excruciating. Most people think sciatica only affects the back or hip, but this powerful nerve reaches all the way to your toes. A herniated disc in your spine, arthritis, or degenerative changes that come with aging can put pressure on the nerve root, sending waves of burning, stabbing pain down your entire leg and into your foot. The pain often follows a specific pattern, radiating down the back or side of your leg like electricity following a wire. What makes sciatic nerve pain particularly challenging is how it affects your mobility and independence. Simple activities like getting out of bed, climbing stairs, or walking to the mailbox can trigger intense burning sensations. The pain often worsens with sitting, which can make driving or enjoying dinner out increasingly difficult. The location of your pain can help identify the source. If the burning starts in your lower back and travels down your leg to your foot, your sciatic nerve is likely involved. Physical therapy, targeted exercises, anti-inflammatory treatments, and sometimes surgical intervention can relieve the pressure and restore normal nerve function. Don't let sciatic nerve inflammation steal your mobility. With proper diagnosis and treatment, you can silence this painful highway and reclaim your freedom of movement. You now have something precious in your hands, the power to reclaim your confidence. No more hiding your feet in closed shoes during summer. No more declining invitations to the beach or avoiding situations where others might see your toes. This simple formula, made from ingredients you probably already have at home, can end years of embarrassment and discomfort. The beauty of this solution isn't just in its effectiveness, it's in how it puts control back where it belongs, with you. You don't need expensive treatments that drain your savings or multiple doctor visits that eat up your time. You have everything you need to start healing today, in your own bathroom, on your own terms. Remember, healing takes patience. Your nails didn't develop this condition overnight, and they won't heal overnight either. But with consistent daily application, morning and evening, you'll start seeing changes within the first few weeks. Most importantly, don't stop when you see improvement. Continue the treatment until your nail completely regrows, then 3 more months to ensure the fungus is completely eliminated. This isn't just about treating nail fungus. It's about refusing to let a treatable condition steal your joy, your comfort, or your freedom to live fully. You deserve to feel confident in your own skin at any age. Which part of today's information gave you the most hope? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If this video helped you, please share it with someone who might be struggling with the same challenge. Your kindness could change their life. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll explore more ways to take charge of your health naturally and affordably.